I guess you go into this game, you know, nothing lost, but nothing won yet either.
No, and even if the score had been up for them, up for us, it'd been the same thing, unless, of course, we were talking ridiculously in the first game. But I think we all knew it was going to be, or will come down to the sort of second half of the second game. It often does, and you've got to make sure you're in the game and you're ready to respond and ready to make your advantage pay or recover from the situation, and you've got to be in the game, and we are in the game at this point. We are comfortable with our thinking and our preparation going into the second leg, but we've got a real challenge with our opponent because they're a really purposeful and effective team. So I think we really have to back ourselves, but be respectful of our opponent too.
How did you feel your side coped, particularly against the physicality of Lincoln City? Because they've got a few players who don't mind putting themselves about.
No, they've got a route to goal that they're good at, and so I tried to stop that and try to score with their own. But I think we did pretty well. I mean, we kept a clean sheet. I think we had the same amount of shots on target that they did. I think it was an even spread. We did things in our style. They did things in their way, and I think it'd be more of that in the second game. But I think we coped well with it. You can't stop everything. You know, that's football for you. You know, you can't stop everything. If you do spend all your time trying to stop them, you forget to attack yourself. So you've got to get the balance right.
Who's the bigger pressure on? You guys because you were there last season at the final, or Lincoln because they're going for back-to-back promotions?
I think we put pressure on ourselves, and I'm not going to try to deflect and come up with any kind of kidology. I don't think there's any need for that. I just think we both want to win. We both have pressure that we put on our own teams. We challenge ourselves to do well, and we both want to do. Both sets of players want to do really well and better themselves with the promotion. So it's a big game. I don't think there's any games won at this stage. Trying to play those got the pressure on more cards. So we'll play. We'll do our bit, and we'll be hopefully at 100% and do our very best.
You know, how do you go? It's such a huge game, and everybody will be excited. Everybody will be very nervous. You know, it's not like any other game because the prize at the end of it is so great, and then the prize after that is so great. How do you go about trying to keep it as normal as you can?
Well, it's not a normal week. That's the first thing.
So do you not treat it as a normal week?
No. There's elements to what we do which are the same. The way we prepare, the schedule, the themes which we stick to going into these games, but we all know it's a different game. There's more at stake, but you know we respect that. We strike a balance. You know, we're not immune to the excitement of it or the nerves of it, but nor will they be. And I think it's very evenly poised at the moment. I think on all levels. I think. It's going to be a really tight game.
Team news, fitness-wise, how is everybody looking going into this second leg?
Well, no one was injured from Saturday, which is really good news. It's another week's training for Troy Brown, for example, who's been out for a while and trying to push himself back into the...
This is Troy.
He's probably close enough to be selected. It's obviously a decision now for me.
Yeah, because Jordan Story did pretty well against Matt Reed. It was, you know, a big experienced striker like that, but he coped pretty well most of the game. So it's not like there's an obvious change that needs to be made there. So that's a difficult decision for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'll make that decision when it comes to it. So that's what you want as a manager. You want players who are in the team playing well, players who are not in the team training well and making themselves available. So I've got that this week, and we're without Lee Holmes, but apart from that, you know, we've got a pretty well-functioning team at the moment, and I just think you cannot predict what's going to happen over potentially 120 minutes, penalties, and another game. You know, there's so much to play for. So many things can change, and we have the need for everyone to be available and ready to go if needed.
You talked about penalties there. Have you been practicing them?
It's something which we look into everything for our preparation going into the game, but where there could be a penalty. We do it for every game. We discuss it, and yeah, we are prepared, but it doesn't always. What happens? They prepare as well. You know,
exactly.
If it comes down to a penalty shootout, then we'll be keeping our fingers crossed and hope that it goes our way. But we prepare as much as we can. Yeah.
Steve Perriman's last home game. What sort of a reception do you hope Steve will get from the City fans?
Well, I think the focus of the day will be the semi-final. But as an aside to that, of course, we must acknowledge Steve's huge contribution that he's made here over the last 15 years. And it is his last game in the capacity as director of football. So I think everyone should recognise that. I mean, it's a huge contribution to make in a club like Exeter. Someone of his credibility and standing to have given his time to a club like Exeter. I mean, for me personally, his presence here and the support he's given me has been really one of the major factors in the success we've had here over the past 10 or so years.